It's September the 2nd. Three news stories. A news source says that in August, Ethiopia purchased defense equipment from Turkey worth 51.7 million US dollars. Secondly, US seems to be planning something against Ethiopian government. Today, top US officials held meetings with EU and UN officials. Thirdly, Amhara regional forces are saying that last night Tigray fighters carried out 8 attacks on Dabat town and some TDF fighters have been taken prisoner by Amhara forces. Let's have a look at the first news story. I have been updating you about suspicious cargo flights between Turkey and Ethiopia. Between Azerbaijan and Ethiopia, speculations were going around that Ethiopia was purchasing weapons, including drones, from Turkey. Now we have some confirmation that Ethiopia has bought weapons worth millions of US dollars from Turkey. A news source by the name of Savunma Saniyai.st.com has shared statistics of Turkish exports, Turkish defense industry exports in August and July. Viewers. Top 5 countries which imported Turkish defense equipment in August are firstly the US, secondly Turkey, third France, fourth Tunisia and fifth Morocco. These 5 countries are largest importers of Turkish defense equipment in August. Have a look at this comparative table. You can see, viewers, that in August, the US imported Turkish defense equipment worth 86.5 million US dollars. In previous month, in July, the US had imported defense equipment from Turkey worth 67.5 million US dollars. At number 2 is Ethiopia. In August, Ethiopia imported defense equipment from Turkey worth 51.7 million US dollars. No imports in July. At number 3, France. Then number 4, Tunisia. Number 5, Morocco. So now it has been confirmed that Ethiopia has purchased weapons worth millions of US dollars from Turkey in August. What did Ethiopia buy from Turkey? We have been hearing speculations about drones, that Turkey has sold TB2 drones to Ethiopian government. I have been regularly updating you about cargo flights from a Turkish airport, Korlo, which is known for shipping drones, to Harar Meda, which is Ethiopian airbase in Oromia. It seems that Ethiopian government has purchased weapons from Turkey worth millions of US dollars. The next question is, why is Ethiopian government piling up weapons? Is it planning a new offensive on Tigray Defense Force? Does it want to attack Tigray? Is it just making preparations in case of TDF's advance towards Addis Ababa? So far, we haven't seen the use of Turkish military equipment in Ethiopia. We haven't seen Turkish drones in operation in Ethiopia. Other types of Turkish military equipment has not been seen in operation in Ethiopia so far. But this news source, Savunma Saniyai.st.com, says that Ethiopia has imported this military equipment from Turkey worth 51.7 million US dollars in August. If Ethiopian government is purchasing all this weaponry to be used against Tigray Defense Force, it means that there wouldn't be an end to this ongoing war in Ethiopia, in Tigray, in Amhara. Very unfortunate, viewers, that the two sides should go for talks. Negotiations should begin, but Ethiopian government is piling up weapons. TPLF fighters are making incursions into Afar and Amhara. They say Tigray is under siege. Unless the siege is lifted, TDF's attacks in Afar, in Amhara will continue. Hundreds of thousands have been displaced in Amhara, in Afar. Warehouses of aid agencies in Tigray are empty. So, worsening humanitarian disaster in Ethiopia. Economic conditions are poor. Ethiopian economy is under stress. It's in shambles, in fact. But Ethiopian government wants to purchase weapons. In fact, it has already purchased weapons. We have seen some cargo flights between the UAE and Ethiopia, Iran and Ethiopia as well over the past few days. Ethiopian government might have purchased weaponry from Iran and the UAE. The presence of Iranian drones, Muhajir 6, in Ethiopia has been confirmed by several experts. So, Iranian drones, Turkish military equipment, perhaps military equipment from UAE as well. It means that PM Abiy Ahmed is preparing for another offensive on TDF, or it wants to defend itself in case of TDF's advance towards Addis Ababa. Secondly, it seems that the US is planning something against Ethiopian government. We could see some US move in coming days. Today, two key meetings were held. The first meeting was between Jeffrey Feltman, US envoy to the Horn of Africa, and Antonio Guterres, UN Secretary General. And the agenda was Ethiopia, the agenda was Tigray. The two called for negotiated ceasefire, speedy delivery of humanitarian aid to Tigray. Secondly, Samantha Power held a meeting with Pekka Haavisto. Pekka Haavisto is Finnish Foreign Minister. He was appointed as a representative by European Union to visit Ethiopia a couple of months ago. He visited Ethiopia. After his meeting, he had said that Ethiopian government officials were planning destruction of Tigrayans, and Ethiopian government officials are against Tigray as an ethnic group. So he is a very controversial figure, like Samantha Power. The two held a meeting and the two showed concern about worsening humanitarian disaster in Tigray and Ethiopia. It seems the US is planning something. Its US officials are holding meetings with UN, EU officials. We might see some sanctions against Ethiopian government in coming days. Lastly, viewers, Amhara regional forces are saying that within the last 24 hours, 8 attacks have been carried out by Tigray Defense Force on Dabat. TDF is trying to enter Dabat town in North Gondar. According to Amhara forces, the 8 attacks have been repelled. Some TDF fighters have been taken prisoner by Amhara forces. These pictures have been shared by Amhara forces. Amhara forces say these are TPLF members, TDF fighters who have been taken prisoner on this front. And Amhara forces further say that the key place between Dabat and Debark, Wakhan is under Amhara control. TPLF allied news sources say that Wakhan mountain is under TDF. So conflicting claims. But the baht is under Amhara control. I think for watching.